Good morning, parents, guardians, and children. Happy Monday. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. The Early Childhood Commission will be sharing tips and activities you can do at home with your children, birth to 5 years. The learning programs will be aired live on PBCJ on Mondays 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Parents and caregivers, please continue stimulating activities guided by the activity plans which are posted on the Early Childhood's website www.ecc.gov.jm. I am Auntie Nicole and I will be sharing a few fun interactive activities that you can do with your children while at home. I will also share some very important tips with you. These activities are organized according to how the children develop and their age. First, I will talk about the activities we can do with your children within the age cohort, birth to 2 years. Then, activities will be shared for 3-year-olds, then activities for 4-year-olds, and then activities for our 5-year-olds. But before we begin, let me share some important information about screen time for children birth to 2 years. It is very important to note that the Early Childhood Commission recommends that children birth to 2 should not be engaged in screen time. Our babies' brains are just not wired to take in the fast paced language and visual images presented on the screen, such as smartphones, tablets, laptops, and television. Babies prefer human faces and voices like yours rather than other objects and sounds. So, parents, please do not give your children under 2 years smartphones or leave them unattended in front of the television. Parents, did you know that children birth to 2 are at the critical and crucial age of development? They greatly need your support. And did you know that you're the child's first teacher? Yes, indeed. So, parents, your children's development depends on how best you care, teach, and support them. Parents, get ready and let us go and learn some activities you can do with your children birth to 2 years. Our first activity is talking to your children. As you engage your children during their different routines, speak to them as often as possible. These routines include bath time, nap time, feeding, changing, diapers, toileting time, story time, and bedtime. Now, I am going to demonstrate how you can talk to your child or children. Now, I'm going to introduce my little doll who is going to be my baby this morning. Her name is Kaylee. Now, I'm fixing Kaylee. Good morning, Kaylee. How are you today? I'm going to sing you your favorite song. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? It's nice to see Kaylee here. It's nice to see Kaylee here. It's nice to see Kaylee here. How are you today? Yes, Kaylee. I see you smiling. I know you love that song. Yes, I know. How are you today, Kaylee? How was your nap? Was that a nice and relaxing nap that you took? Yes, that was a nice and relaxing nap, wasn't it? Kaylee, what would you like to do now? Should I read you your favorite storybook? Or should I feed you first and then go outside for a little walk? Okay, yes, Yes. Okay, I will read your favorite story. Then we should go outside for a little walk to look at the trees and listen to the different sounds. Haley, are you hungry? Before I feed you, I will check your diapers to see if it needs to be changed. Mm. Let me wash my hands and sanitize first. Give me 1 minute, Kaylee. I won't be too long. I'm going to put Kaylee away for a moment. Kaylee is resting. Now, parents, did you see what I did with interacting with Kaylee? I held Kaylee close to me to provide that comfort, reassurance, and security. I also rubbed Kaylee's hair and arm. I looked at Kaylee and kept the eye contact. I also paused a little to allow Kaylee to respond. Now, parents, can you demonstrate? But before, let me share some other tips. A newborn prefers human faces and voices to other objects and sounds. Speak in calm and soothing voice. Your baby will turn to your voice and look for your face and mouth. Your baby will be attentive when you speak gently. Your baby is learning to recognize the rhythm of speech. Parents, always talk to your babies when changing their diapers, feeding them, reading, and singing to them. Are you ready to sleep now, Kaylee? Are you okay? Do you want me to sing another song for you? Let me take Kaylee and rock her to bed. Rock on my baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. Kaylee's fast asleep. Now I'm gonna put her away so she can rest, safe and enjoy her nap. Okay, wonderful. Now I'm going to share some other tips and activities for the older children, infants and toddlers. Children between 12 and 24 months usually say their first words between 10 and 15 months, and most start speaking at 12 months. They then begin to pick up increasing numbers of words and start to combine them into simple sentences after around 18 months. As parents, remember, you need to support them. Now, here are some examples. Try to figure out and respond to what your child is trying to say or express. Don't rush them, just listen to them. If you can't understand what your child is saying, but the child tugs at your sleeve and heads towards the refrigerator, as parents, should you say? Are you hungry, Kaylee? Oh, I am going to get something from the refrigerator for you. Another example, label objects in the environment. This will encourage your child to read the names of the objects. So label your refrigerator, label your chair, and label your television. Point to them each time. Refrigerator, table, and chair. Remember, parents, praise your children. Remember to praise correct responses and encourage attempts. Point to a picture of a ball and say, "This is a ball." Now look at the picture of the ball. Can you say the word ball? The child will say, "Ball." The parent can say, "Great job, Kaylee, for saying the word ball." When your child says something, add more things to it. If your child say water, say, "Would you like some water?" Not just repeat water. You can also say, "Here's a cup of water." Expose your toddler to a wide variety of environments. Take them to the supermarket, market, library, and zoo, and talk about what you see using simple languages. Reinforce any new vocabulary by looking at books or pictures. When at the supermarket, you can also say, let's get some fruit. Here is an apple. Let's put the apples into your bag. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 4 apples. Just some examples you can do with your children. Let's take a break now. I will take a break and I'll be right back. See you shortly. Bye.
This is a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Do you have a child between 0 to 2 years of age? If yes, you need to download the ECC's First 1000 Days app. It allows you to receive parenting tips, track developmental milestones, learn about the Brain Builder concept, receive relevant articles and research, plus interactive content. The First 1000 Days app, now available for download on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. The following is a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Hi everyone! As we prepare for the reopening of early childhood institutions, you are being reminded that spacing for children should maintain ECC standards of 20 square feet per child and must maintain physical distancing of no less than 3 feet apart. Stay tuned for protocols from the Early Childhood Commission as we prepare to open all early childhood institutions. That was a message brought to you by the Early Childhood Commission.
Jamaica, home of the resilient, passionate and hard-working. A people and a nation who have achieved and defied all odds, working to keep their economy growing, their country thriving, from investments made in innovative opportunities and exports demanded globally. We have a vision, now within our grasp, where Jamaica becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. We will not let go of this vision. We will grow. We will overcome these challenging times and look to the future with hope and positivity. These are special times. The world as we know it has changed, but home will always be in our hearts. And in Jamaica, you can always find a home. Think you know Jamaica? Look again. You will be surprised.
COVID-19 is still here. Always wear your mask correctly while in public places, covering your nose and mouth at all times. Masks should never be worn over the head, under your chin, below your nose, or hanging from your ears. Recovery from COVID-19 can take up to 60 days or more. The mask or the ventilator? You choose. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The next person in line, your friend at school or your coworker, may have COVID 19 and not know because they have no symptoms. You, on the other hand, could be hospitalized for 2 months or more if you become infected. Is it worth it? Stay socially connected, but keep the physical distance. Stay 6 feet away and avoid a hospital stay. COVID 19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Welcome back, parents, guardians, caregivers, and children. We're going to continue some more with our activities for children birth to 2 years. Listen to our last tip. Parents, talk about simple concepts with your children. We can talk about up and down, big or little, and in and out. As you and your child are reading stories such as the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, introduce concepts of big and little. Say, the mama bear is big, Papa bear is big too, and the baby bear is little. Parents, please pay attention when your child tries to talk to you. Remember, when you show interest, this will motivate your child to continue trying. When your child tries to communicate, stop what you're doing. Use the eye contact and sit next to your child. This shows your child that you are interested and will definitely motivate your child. Good. Now we're here for the 3 year olds' activities. I hope you enjoyed all those activities for the birth to 2 years. Now, I will be sharing a few interactive activities that you can do with your 3 year olds while at home. I will also share some important tips with you. It is very important to note that the Early Childhood Commission recommends that children 3 to 5 years should be engaged in screen time for only 1 hour daily. Now, the ECC suggests that for online learning, 1 hour should be scheduled for children 3 to 5 with 15 minutes breaks after 15 minutes of online interaction. Let me just share an example. So, suggested time. So between 9 to 9 of 5, you can have some engagement with your child talking about COVID-19 pandemic or anything that's happening in the environment. You can then at 9:05 to 9:15 for the 15 minutes, we can have engaging circle time activities. And these activities can be story time, where you share your favorite story with your child, or show and tell. During show and tell, you ask your child to go and choose one favorite item and let the child talk about it. But remember, you have to listen to them, parents. Or picture talk. Just share a picture and allow them to speak while you listen and guide the conversation. And then we have a screen break away from the screen time right after a 15 minutes conversation. During the screen time break, you can allow the child to wash their hands, take a snack, and transition, sing a little lively song, and wait again. Between 9:30 and 9:45, the suggested time, during guided learning activities, we can reinforce the concepts learned in circle time. Anything that you discuss in circle time, you discuss it in guided learning, but in more in depth. And then after 15 minutes, another 15 minutes break for transitioning and washing. And then at 10 to 10:15 a.m., we can have creative activity. This includes the art, the music, the dance, speech and drama, and art and craft. And you can also include story time again. And after 15 minutes, what's next? Our screen time break. And what can we do? We can do our hand washing and transition. And then for a final 15 minutes break off screen time, we can also do another story time and some of the activities for the day. practitioners can read a storybook based on the theme or topic of the day. And then we end our 1 hour with a song. So it's very important to note parents. Children 3 to 5 years are required 1 hour of screen time daily. Now let's hear about our 3 year olds. Your 3 year old is now speaking in short sentences. Your child is beginning to learn concepts such as the use of pronouns you, me, he, she, and can answer questions like, what's that? People familiar with your child can largely understand what your child is saying in context. Your child can begin to describe an event or tell a simple story, what happened at the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now, parents, are you ready for those tips for your 3 year olds? Ask your child questions that require more than yes or no answer. Like, what are you playing? What did you do in school today? Did you enjoy playing in school? What make it so fun? Ask your child questions like, would you like a fruit now? Which fruit you would like to eat? So it's not a one answer response. Always ask your child for more information. For example, what book did you read today? Tell me what happened in that book. Was that book your favorite book? Why was it your favorite book? Always gently correct your child without criticizing. Like, wow, Kaylee, you made an error. How can we fix it? So, parents, let's share some activities you can do with your 3 year old. For today, the children will be learning more about themselves and specifically what they can do. According to our Jamaica Early Childhood curriculum, the theme for the 3 year olds are all about me, and the sub theme is what can I do? All about me and what can I do? So, parents, you will be talking to your child about the different things your child can do using their different body parts. Ooh, let's do some things with our body parts. Yes, stomp those feet. So, first, you will ask your child to listen to this poem and have them tell you 3 things you can do with the body. If your child is not able to tell you 3, they can tell you 1. Now, let's listen to the poem and tell me one that you can use using your body parts. All of Me by Jessica MacDonald. My hands are for clapping. My arms can hug tight. My fingers can snap or can turn out the light. My legs are for jumping. My eyes help me see. This is my body, and I love all of me. And I'm sure those 3 year olds, after reading that little poem, they want to hear it again. So let me do it again. All of Me by Jessica MacDonald. My hands are for clapping. My arms can hug tight. My fingers can snap or can turn out the light. My legs are for jumping, and then you have to get up and jump. My eyes help me see. This is my body, and I love all of me. So, after listening to that, you have to make it quite engaging for our children, 3 years. So, what a lovely poem. I'll now take a break. I'll be right back.
The following is a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Hi, it's me again, reminding you of some of our protocols as we prepare for the opening of early childhood institutions. Remember to rearrange desks and chairs to face one direction. And remember at all times that you should be wearing your mask in the classroom. Remember that you should be keeping the windows and doors open for proper ventilation. Stay tuned for more protocols from the Early Childhood Commission. That was a message brought to you by the Early Childhood Commission.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you think you've been exposed to COVID-19, stay home, self-isolate immediately, and call 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Welcome back, parents, guardians, teachers, and children. I'm sure you enjoyed that poem, All of Me, and I'm going to read it again, and I want you to do the actions. All of me by Jessica McDonald. My hands are for clapping, my arms can hold tight, my fingers can snap or can turn out the light. My legs are for jumping, my eyes help me see. This is my body and I love all of me. I know you enjoyed that poem. Now, parents, you will say the poem, All of Me, by touching the parts of the body mentioned in the poem, and then be as exciting or even better, having fun with your children as you say the words and the poem. Engage your child in a discussion about what the poem is about. Ask your child to name at least three. If they can't name three, it's okay, let them name two and possibly one body parts mentioned in the poem. Can you name one body part mentioned in the poem? My hands. And what did my hands do? They clapped. Very good. Hands can clap, and we can walk on our feet, or we can jump on our feet. Instruct children to do at least three actions using various body parts and have fun while doing it and encourage the children to participate. Now, another activity we can do with our children is hunting for body parts. Parents, you will have to pre-cut out all the body parts. Now you can have your eyes and what the eyes were made for seeing. You can cut out your hands, make handprints and cut them out and hide them all around the home. So, parents, you will prepare cut out models of the body parts, just as how I kindly show. I know you can draw even better than I can do, but after that, after drawing, you will cut them out, or you can even allow your child to draw and then cut them out and then hide them. You're going to explain to your child that they will be hunting for pictures of the body parts. That must be fun. Tell the child that a song will be sung. How near you are. I know you know that song. How near you are, oh near you are, oh near you are, oh near. How far you are, oh far you are, oh far you are, oh far. So when the singing begins to get louder, it means that you're close to finding that body part. For example, if I hit the eyes under the chair and the child is going close to the chair, you start to sing louder. How near you are, how near you are, how near you are, how near. If the singing gets softer, if the child is moving away from that chair that you had placed the eyes, the cutout eyes under, you will sing it softly. It means how far you are, oh far you are, oh far you are, oh far. Parents will then demonstrate how the game is played. After each player will then take their turn to seek and sing. When the body part is found, the player will say the name of the body part and do an action with their own body part. For example, if your child found the eyes, they can say, the eyes can blink. If the child found the hands, the child can say, hey, the hands can clap, and then clap with their hands. If they found the picture of their feet, they can say, hey, I can stomp with my feet, or I can jump with my feet. That should be a fun activity with your children, parents. Now, another exciting activity is very simple, art and craft. You are going to create an artwork using the palm of your hand. So we're going to do palm work and paint the hand. So you're going to get your paint and your paintbrush and paint your hand and press it down on a clean sheet of paper. So in creating that palm, you're creating a flower. And then you can allow your child to choose any color they would like to paint with. And then they can use their thumb to make the flowers. Did you enjoy those activities? I did, and I hope you did enjoy. Parents and caregivers, please continue stimulating activities that are guided by the activity plans, which are posted where? On the ECC's website, www.ecc.gov.jm. Now, we promised that we'll share activities for 4-year-olds. Now we're going to share activities for 4-year-olds. Did you remember about the screen time? So the ECC suggests that online learning for children, 4-year-olds, is how many? 1 hour. And it's recommended that for children, online learning, we have 15 minutes breaks after 15 minutes of online interaction. For today, the 4-year-old children will be learning about different ways they can celebrate themselves and specifically talk about how special they are. According to our Jamaica Early Childhood curriculum, the theme for the 4-year-old is Celebrating Me, and the sub-theme is I am special. So we're continuing talking about me. So parents, you will be talking to your child about how special your child is. There's no one like your child. The child is very special to many persons, such as family members, friends, teachers, and others who love your child. You can also share this to the child. I am special. My name is special. I can show people that they are special to me by what? Saying hello, hugging, or smiling with them. Can we sing a song? Ooh. Now we're going to sing a song. Do you know this? I am special, I am special, so are you, so are you. So you can sing those songs with your children and making it exciting and have fun and smile and dance. Another special song is done by Andre Adman. So you can go on YouTube and find, Ooh, am I am special. That's another song that we can sing with our children. No, you can invite your child to tell you 2 things about himself or herself that makes him or her special. What makes you special, parents? Now, another thing you can ask. The parents can question where necessary and always get responses. Wait for your child to answer. Never rush them and have fun while doing the activities. The parents may also ask, does anyone else have a name like yours? And allow the child to respond. The child will be encouraged to name at least 3 persons who make him or her feel special and tell what these persons do to make him or her feel special. Who make you feel special? My mother makes me feel special. Parents, we just shared some activities with instructions. Now we're going to demonstrate. Hi, Tyler. How are you today? We are going to talk about how special we are. Now, Tyler, can you name me one thing that makes you special? Ah, great job, Tyler. You named one thing that made you special. You shared that your name is special and that you are special because you play football well. Now, I'm going to sing the song. I am special, I am special. So you can sing that with your child. And you are going to show how special you are by showing us how well you enjoy playing football. The moment I stop singing the song, you should stop playing the football. Now let me go again. I am special, I am special. Now you're encouraging your child to do whatever thing that makes him or her special. And as you sing, they should do the action. The moment you stop, the child should stop. I hope you enjoyed that activity. I will now take a break.
The following is a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Hi everyone! As we prepare for the reopening of early childhood institutions, you are being reminded that spacing for children should maintain ECC standards of 20 square feet per child and must maintain physical distancing of no less than 3 feet apart. Stay tuned for protocols from the Early Childhood Commission as we prepare to open all early childhood institutions. That was a message brought to you by the Early Childhood Commission. This is a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Do you have a child between 0 to 2 years of age? If yes, you need to download the ECC's First 1000 Days app. It allows you to receive parenting tips, track developmental milestones, learn about the Brain Builder concept, receive relevant articles and research, plus interactive content. The First 1000 Days app, now available for download on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Welcome back, everyone. Good morning again. I will continue with our activity with our 4-year-olds and just finish with that last activity. We were talking about how special children are and how we can encourage our children to feel special about themselves. The final activity that we can do is for the children to design an I am special book. First, you have to ensure that you have your crayons, your pencils, your papers, pictures, anything that the child can use to create that booklet. You can put the papers together and let them design that book to show how special they are. For Tyler, he said he is special because of playing football. Now he can design a page with him playing football. Now, we are going to talk about different activities with our 5-year-olds. But please remember that the recommended screen time for 5-year-olds is 1 hour daily. Let me share some tips with you. Read books to your children aloud. Point out the names and name items in the pictures. Explain to your child what is going on, or ask your child to explain what is happening. Always wait for that response. Be patient with your child. Use gestures along with your words to make them more understandable. Put hands close together to say how little, or wide apart to say how big, like the humongous caterpillar. Read simple rhyming books. Let your children finish the final word for each rhyme, such as Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. No, let's do that again. And I'm going to pause and you will say the rhyming word. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Humpty back together again. Remember, parents, give your child a chance to speak. Be patient. Another tip, use each word in several ways, like look at the dog. The dog is chasing the cat. Another activity you can do chores together and create duty chart at home with your child. Another, avoid baby talk and use full sentences in conversations. Use the full names of things to identify. Not, do you want what, wawa? No, use the words. You can also sing songs. Repetition will help your child's vocabulary grow. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Prick it and pat it and mark it with a B and put it in the oven for Billy and me. All right, I am going to sing it again and I am going to change my B to J. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Prick it and pat it and mark it with a J. Put it in the oven for Josh and me. Did you enjoy that song? Yes, I did. You parents, you can also play games like I Spy. You can also play hide and seek with your children, just as how we shared it with the younger children. Ensure that you play ring games and board games at home. Parents, support your child's efforts to communicate. Do not pressure. Definitely during this time, don't shout at your child. Speak gently to them. Speak directly to your child and allow your child plenty of time for him or her to respond or speak back to you. I hope you enjoyed the activities shared with you today. Remember, when selecting books, ensure books are age appropriate. Look for books based on your child's interests. Find your child's favorite books. Observe what type of books grab your child's attention when at the bookstore or library. Choose situational books. Choose books that relate to what is happening in your family or going to the beach for the summer. Will you be visiting grandma? Just some examples of situational books. I will definitely will be reading a story about Little Sister and Big Mess, a situational book. Use books to learn about and celebrate special events. Is it the first day of school? Are you having a new baby? Are you celebrating a special birthday or holiday? Choose books like those. Choose a book appropriate to your child's development. Can she easily handle it, touch it, or mouth it? Are the pictures bright and attractive? Can she relate to the stories to her own life? Look for books that initiate independent reading. Wordless picture books allow a child to read the pictures and follow the story. For independent reading, choose the right level book. Your child should be able to understand the vocabulary, the sentence structure, and comprehend the story. Have fun selecting books and reading for your child. Reading to your child. Are you ready to listen to this book? Little Sister, Big Mess, written by Jane Gerver, illustrated by Shelley. Now I'm turning the pages and look what's happening here. I am a big brother. I am tall. This is my little sister. She is short. Remember what we talked earlier about the concepts? We're learning these two concepts, tall and short. So we're comparing brother and sister. What do they like to do together? We like to bake biscuits. Remember when we were singing Patty Cake Baker's Man? Look at them working together. I take down a bowl. She picks up a spoon. The butter is hard. Mash, mash. No, the butter is soft, hard and soft. We add light brown sugar. Then we add dark brown sugar and we mix and mix. You see how they're working together? She adds wet eggs and I add dry flour. Then we're going to stir and stir. We add chocolate chips. Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy. She takes a tray from the low shelf. I take a tray from the high shelf. Look at them taking the trays. We put drops on the trays. I make thin drops. What do you think sister will make? Yes, my sister makes thick drops. We put the trays in the oven. I use a black glove. My sister uses a white glove. Are the biscuits ready? No, they're not ready as yet. We take the trays out. One tray cools here. The other cools there. I feel for some of those yummy biscuits. Cold milk, warm biscuits. Little sister, big sister. Got them. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. Thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure being here with you. I hope you learn a lot, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
My people, my people, my people, many of us feel concerned or overwhelmed by what is happening with the novel coronavirus around the world and here in Jamaica. It is no different for our beautiful children. Parents and caregivers, I beg you to take the time to talk with your children about how they are feeling and how they can protect themselves. Guess what? We have some tips for you. Help your children not to panic. You know, sometimes when children hear the word corona or COVID-19, they panic, they get worried, and that's okay. But it's up to us to help settle their nerves. First thing we need to do is be calm as parents and adults. Stop. Breathe in, breathe out. And now is the time to start the conversation with your children to find out what they've heard or what they know. And then use age-appropriate language that your children will understand so that they can explore their fears and to comfort them. Also remind your children that most people who get COVID-19 do not get very sick and they do recover.
Encourage your children to get the facts. There's a lot of fake news and wrong information out there, so please encourage your children to get the facts. Now, your older children especially who are exposed to social media, they could be exposed to a lot of wrong information. So hear what? If your child asks you a question and you do not know the answer, now is not the time to guess. What you're going to do is you're going to check reliable sources. You're going to check the World Health Organization. You're going to check PAHO, the Pan American Health Organization. You're going to check the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And of course, you're going to check UNICEF. They are good sources of information. Check them, you and your child can learn. No, it's not about the doom and gloom alone, you know. I want you to share the good stories too. The stories of triumphs, the stories of our health sector workers who are on the front lines ensuring that we bring this pandemic under control. Listen, in every obstacle you have opportunity. This is a good time for some family time getting closer, all right?
Make sure your children know how to protect themselves. So talk to them about 6 simple steps. Number 1, wash their hands. And I don't just mean talk to them, but show them how to do it the right way. They're to wash their hands frequently with soap and water for about 20 seconds. Or if you're like my 8-year-old daughter, she'll tell you the length of time it takes you to sing the ABCs. Whatever you do though, make it fun, especially if you have younger children. Make up a dance, make up a song, just have them washing their hands as much as possible. Number 2, they are to cover those mouths and noses if they're coughing or sneezing. And they should do it with a bent elbow, or as I like to call it, the dab. Or they can go ahead and use a tissue, just that as long as they throw away that tissue in the bin. Remind them they're not to leave it on any surfaces or areas. Number 3, and this is an important one, avoid close contact with persons who might have the cold or flu-like symptoms, but also remind your children not to be unkind to those persons who might be sick. We want to show them love and respect in all of this. Number 4, and I know this is a hard one, but remind your children to avoid touching their face as much as possible. Number 5, use or create new ways of greetings. You heard me. No hugs, no handshakes, no high fives. How about those air hugs, those namastes, the foot knocking, the wagwan? Whatever you do, keep your distance. Number 6, advise your children to tell you or another adult right away if they are feeling sick or displaying symptoms such as coughing, shortness of breath, or fever. Just let them know that this is extremely important so that you can get them the medical help they really need. Now listen, the coronavirus thing, it's a new issue for both adults as well as the children. So while you're teaching them, be patient. Make sure that it is conversational. Make sure you're holding a reasoning. This is not a beat and teach kind of situation, all right? And the most important thing for you to remember is that children live what they learn. So while you're teaching them, you have to be doing it as well. So just stay safe.